Hey Cavernites, this is Jono. Today I'm checking out another VR game. This time it is ARKTIKA.1. I don't know if I'm actually saying the name of that game correctly, but this is a VR shooter game that is from 4A Games, which is known for their work on the Metro series. I don't know if you've heard of that. It's a pretty big, popular series. Anyway, so yeah, this is a VR shooter that's it's somewhat similar in style to Robo Recall, which if you've played that, it's from Epic Games. It's a shooter that's based around teleporting based movement, arcade style shooting, just like killing lots of robots. So this is somewhat similar to that in that it is teleport based. The main difference between the teleportation is that teleportation in this game is limited to specific points. As you can see there, that's where I can teleport. I can't teleport anywhere else. And this area I'm in is like a central tiny hub where I choose missions and whatnot. So it is a mission-based structure, which is also like Robo Recall. And also like Robo Recall, there's different physics objects and things to play around with in here. So I can throw these bottles, break them, throw the cups around. We got some buttons, turn the lights on. I can open those windows there. Normally this little hologram level select thing is not actually available. For me to pick levels, I have to press a button here. I don't seem to be able to find a way to close it, actually I don't want to do that. So I'm going to go ahead and pick the first level to show that one off. See how we can get through that. So as you can see, I have a main mission and then there's secondary missions, so it is once again very similar to Robo Recall. So we're going to pick that mission, and to do missions we head over here and we go to the garage. Now there's also the armory. I'm not going to go there, but basically that's where you can purchase new weapons, get attachments for your guns, customize the color. You can actually get a spray can and like color your guns and whatnot. You can even color your gloves, like there's these little knuckle markers, you can color those. Anyway, let's head to the garage. Head to our first mission. So the visuals are very nice in this game. Like this feels very authentic, like I'm really in an elevator right now. Even as the music. If you played Robo Recall, once again, there is an elevator, so that should be familiar. So head out to missions, we actually get in this big Jeep here, or whatever you want to call that, I'm not sure. There's actually an introductory mission, or it's not really a mission, you kind of like you start off in this vehicle I'm in right now, which you don't actually get to see me drive in, but yeah, you head into the main hub area and you get to experience being in the car, and it's a nice little introductory to the game with a lot of cool scenery and story.
Remember, try to disable the robot so we can fix him.
Alright, so here's the start of our level. And actually I didn't explain the story of this game. It's set like over a century into the future where there's another ice age has come on that has been brought on by mankind. Actually, one second, I'm going to adjust the audio so it's not so loud. Okay, I've cranked the audio down a little bit. So yeah, that's why there's all this snow around here, and there's certain regions of the Earth, the equatorial regions, where it's actually still habitable, but there's in the north and south, the things are pretty bad, which is where we're at. But this is also where there's different resources to take advantage of that a lot of bandits and marauders are trying to get. So yeah, here we go. As you can see, these are the different teleportation spots. I just teleported to this one, but I can also head there if I want to continue on. But just as you can see here, there's something I might want to investigate. Open hood. So as you can see, I just opened the hood over there, so what could be there? Let's see. There was a teleportation spot there. Where did it go? Maybe if I go there first.
In order to open the door. Use your magnetic holsters.
I lost it.
Now, pull that lever.
Oh, see, that's one of the... Oh, there we go. I can teleport to this one back here. I want to get in front of the hood, though, which is the... Ow! Ran into a wall. So anyway, we're just going to continue on. This is one of the things I don't like, is I don't like this limited movement. I want to be able to teleport where I want to go, and the game doesn't seem to want me to go there for whatever reason. So we're going to pull this open. Oops, we got some baddies, so we got to reach behind our shoulder, get our guns. Oh, that's right, I have the shield. Forgot I picked this up. To reload this gun, I just have to throw it down, pick it back up. I can teleport up there, get to a better position. Alright. So as you can see, it's very arcade style. Oop, ran out of energy on this. How about we... Got guys dropping in.
Heavy troopers.
Uh-oh.
They're heavily armored and harder to take down. Headshots are the best way. Not bad for your first time. Looks like this room is clear.
So yeah, while there are these shooting segments, one of the cool things I like about this game, which is kind of a plus, oops, I don't want to drop that, is a plus over Robo Recall, is that there's a lot of in-between time where there's interactive segments. I don't know how much I'll get to show in this particular level, but there's a lot of points where you're having to interact with different switches and like solving puzzles and investigating around to find passcodes, which is pretty cool. But yeah, this first level's pretty simple, so we probably won't get to see a whole lot of that, but it is there. I can promise you that. Oh, shouldn't have put these away.
We can take it. Make the
Wow, that was fast.
Alright.
You completely cleared the area. Good job. Keep going.
Alright, so let's put these away. So here's a very minor example of something you have to interact with, so I gotta lift this up and then pull that down. I can close it if I want, don't really need to. Sometimes it's a little finicky with the spot you want to grab your gun in. It doesn't always get in. There we go. In the teleportation movement, it's based on your sight, so you can see how it activates when I look at it. One thing I wish that it had is if I could aim with my hand and press the teleport button, but it doesn't work. You actually have to look at it physically, and then it'll take you there. Oh.
Be careful.
No! Oh no! I didn't mean to drop that. There we go. Thankfully you can get it back into your hand by reaching behind you. Hope we got some sniper up there. This might seem a little bit easier because I am using an upgraded gun. And normally I don't have the shield thing right away too. You can pick it up pretty quick though. Oh, ran out of energy. Not sure if there's like a meter on it where I can tell how much there's left. I gotta reload.
You want some?
Different guns reload in different ways too. Like there's a revolver type weapon where you have to flip it to the side then back.
And that bothers me.
Okay.
We have an important generator in this section. Once we get the robot,
We won't get to see much of it in this particular stage, but there actually is quite a bit of horror elements too. So that's another cool thing, is it kind of switches between the combat with these humans, and then you'll find like horror segments where it gets kind of spooky and dark, and you might run into some otherworldly creatures that you don't want to be dealing with.
The main elevator to the next floor isn't working, but there's a maintenance elevator up ahead. Check your wrist map for details.
Alright, so here's
To
another...
open it, press the
Oh yeah, and then
holographic
lastly
button on
there's
the back of your
the
right hand.
interactive puzzles, so yeah, there's a nice little bit of variety with the gameplay. So this is another little tool we have, so you can open up this menu. You can check
There we go.
where exactly I am in the
You can use
level,
the tablet to see mission objectives,
see the
status,
objectives
and
as
your
this
location.
character is saying. There's also a notification thing where I can see different achievements I'm earning, so I have to get some
detecting something up
headshots
ahead.
for this marksman
There's a lot of
achievement.
them.
Up.
Stay alert.
I don't
Keep
hear
moving.
something good.
Head to the next door.
Alright, so we're gonna close out of that menu. Head forward. Alright, so here's the most basic example of a puzzle.
Look for any clues
So we
to
have
determine the
it's a
code.
key code here. I wonder what it could be. Huh. Later on, there's ones that are a bit more complicated. It's a similar key code, but you have to do a bit more investigating to figure out what it is. It's not just going to be sitting right there like it is right now.
Yagas.
Alright,
Now you
so
understand what I meant. They're
that
not
was
really
one of those
human anymore.
monsters.
Yagas move faster than you think. Watch out.
Oh. Alright. So he went down
I told
pretty
you they were
easy.
pretty awful. I'm picking up a lot of activity on the scanners. Probably more Yagas. There's a good chance you'll find the robot in the area too.
So yeah, it does kind of halt your progression at times, like if you're listening to some dialogue, a little bit of story or whatnot. It'll prevent you from progressing because the teleportation thing won't be there. Alright, so... I really like that cloth animation. It looks so real. Nice. And this dust coming down, that's really pretty impressive. Uh-oh. Not good. Or maybe it was just icy fog. Couldn't tell. Okay. Actually, the shield's not going to really do me any good here, so I'm just going to put it away. Oh dear. Please go away. Oh. Okay.
Good job.
Oh,
You
okay,
made
we
it
made
easy.
it.
Okay. When you find the robot, or when it finds you, try to disable it by removing the batteries from its back. If you can't remove them, they should explode nicely.
So that's
We won't be able to repair
something
it.
we might be
This is what I
seeing
will take it out
again
of your paycheck.
in the near future that you just saw walk by there.
Oh no. I'm detecting something big. Really big.
I'm gonna get this out
I
just in
think it's
case.
the robot. Stay sharp. Get ready.
Oh dear. Oh!
Stay still.
And there he
I must
is.
see you're the threat.
Now, it may look like he's helping me out, but I don't know if he's my friend.
Get out of there.
We gotta run! Oh!
The legs are its weak points.
Alright, so this is the first example of a boss fight in this game. You gotta take out its legs and you gotta keep moving. Or I guess you could say that's an arm. Actually, this shield's not gonna do me any good on this boss.
Good job. Now move. Grab the batteries from its back.
Alright, so I gotta take a battery, break
Great
it.
job. Just one more left. It's disabled your teleporter. Shoot its head to get
Oh,
back
no.
online.
The first time I fought this guy, he actually never did that. Disabling my teleportation. Oh. So yeah, he does throw stuff too. Oh dear. So yeah, it's a pretty simple encounter. The teleportation makes it pretty easy to get out of the way. Yeah, we might want to get out of here. But I didn't mention this, but this is a purely single-player game. There's no form of co-op or anything on this. Oh, we're ready for the next one.
Yes, you did it.
That might be it now.
I'm going to run a remote diagnostic on it before I send some technicians in. Now, head over to the generator. I'm worried that all these idiots might try to do something to it. Get moving.
Alright, so we can move on now. Looks like we're going that way. And over there. And right there. So yeah, once again, I really wish that I could like have more freedom to move around, even if it was just free teleport, like Robo Recall. But yeah, this is just very specific points.
I can't believe you eat those things.
Doesn't allow you to explore much.
You won't gonna get you, you ass.
Oh. I should have shot first. My shield will come up. or brought their attention, didn't wake them up. Alright, let's go that way. Looks like we got one of these. This does have
Take him out and get a drink.
full room support, or what, I can't think of the word, but yeah. You can play front face standing, or you can play full 360, however you want. You do need Oculus touch controllers though, that's the only real requirement. Those guys you ideally want to get headshots on, because they have a lot of armor.
Let's get him, people.
Oh, we got... Yeah, I really do like this shield. It's kind of cool. I can hold it one direction if there's an enemy over there trying to shoot at me while shooting at someone else. Oh, and if you're wondering about health, you can see my health on my wrist here. It starts off like about half that, but you can buy upgrades to increase it. Alright, let's move over here. I probably could up the difficulty, that's what I should have done, but oh well. Got some guys coming down here. And normally these guys won't be lit up. I have an attachment on my gun that tags them for me, so it makes them easier to see. Oh, sorry about that. Okay.
Alright.
Looks like we cleared that out.
I have some news. Good news is, the generator room is up ahead. Bad news is, it looks like a few of those assholes are already in there. Stay alert. You have to protect.
See, I gotta wait for this dialogue, this voice to finish so I can move along. Oh, there we go. So I'm heading down there. I heard something behind me. Weird. Alright, let's move down. Oh, got another interactive segment. Oh. Oh. I've had this happen before. That's another annoying thing, is that sometimes it seems like things will be outside of your play area. You gotta, so I'm gonna quickly reset, open up this Oculus menu and reset the view, and hopefully that'll fix it for me. There we go. Oh!
There! I see this! God damn it! Ah!
Is he still alive? Oh no, he's not.
He's as good as dead now!
I wish I could shoot through this, but I guess that would be pretty OP if you could. Alright, so we're coming up on the generator here.
We can't risk any more raiders getting into the hub. That guy has a bomb.
Uh-oh. So yeah, that guy is trying to run towards the generator with a bomb. So always want to go for those first. Once again, another bomb guy.
Stop him! Stop him now!
Up.
After I kill you, I'm coming after your
You won't go down.
Excellent job.
Alright.
Now use the control panel to seal the doors, then head back to the base. I've got some news about the robot.
Alright, so now I gotta use a control panel. So I think up here is where they want me to do that. Gates close. I use this. Oh, yep, there we go. That might be the end of that mission, I believe. It's gotta wait for it to load here.
There you are.
Alright, so yeah, when we come
Not
back
bad
here,
for
we
your
get
first time.
a little bit of story.
I've already
In between
credited
each
your
mission,
account.
you'll get a little bit of this with this character here.
I wish I had better news. I performed a remote diagnostic on the robot while you were fighting the bandits. It turns out
If you want, you can throw stuff at her. She doesn't seem to react to it or
Someone
care at all.
reprogrammed it to attack
Oops,
any
went
living
right over.
creature. Just not Yagas or bandits. No colonist would do that. And the bandits wouldn't know how. For now, though, I want you to investigate something else. The biggest Yaga nest in the hub
Here you
is
go.
located in the old airport mall.
I'll
They're
leave
the
it
only
there for
things
you.
living there, which makes it suspicious that I've detected
Let's get
a
some
lot of electronic
windows
activity.
open.
After what we've seen so far, you'd better check it out. Go to the armory to get your upgrades before you head out.
So yeah, she's talking about the armory. I've already done this, of course, but it's just doing it all over again. It's a tutorial for that feature.
You can do more training.
So as you can
too,
see
if you
here,
want.
I got 105,000 credits, I think, is that's what they're called? And that is a currency for buying new weapons and whatnot. I did not find a secret. I think that was what was in the hood of that car that I, for some reason, couldn't get in front of, but oh well. Alright, so we'll continue. Like I said, this is the level selecting. See, I press it, pops it open, kind of cool little animation there. I guess we can head to the... Before we end the video, I'll just go to the armory and kind of wrap things up there. So anyway, if you're wondering whether you should buy this game or not, it is $29.99, so it's a bit on the premium price side for most VR games out there. And in a lot of ways, I would say it is worth it. I mean, it's visually, it's very impressive. It looks like a AAA experience. On the gameplay side, it's a bit limited. I mean, there's not going to be there's a limited amount of levels, so eventually unless you really want to replay those levels, to upgrade all your weapons, as you can see here, I can buy new weapons, which there's a decent selection of. You can upgrade those all too, and there's some devices and then the attachments, which there's just a little bit of as well. I gotta scroll up so you can see more of them, yeah. And when you buy them, they all go in there. So yeah, there's a little bit of replay value for people who are okay with replaying the same levels over again. Try and find the secrets maybe if they missed them, and just to get more credits. But and then the other negative is the movement system I'm not a fan of, and I know a lot of other people are kind of getting bored with and just aren't really happy with the teleport based movement, and this is perhaps the most restrictive variety of that, where you can only teleport to very specific points. So it doesn't give you that like exploration, like all these beautifully crafted environments and everything, and I can't even explore them and look for secrets and interact with things. I mean, you do get to interact with stuff, but you can only interact in the specific spots that they want you to progress. And it is very well designed. There's great presentation. The gameplay is still fun. Whether it's worth the $29.99 is it's going to be up to the person what kind of VR experience they're looking for. Some people don't want the locomotion in their games. They can't handle the motion sicknesses, which is why a lot of developers avoid using it. But I wish they would take the jump and just go for it. I think at the very least, make it an optional thing, have teleportation or locomotion. In the end, though, I think this is a pretty good experience. I think those VR enthusiasts that want to try the latest and greatest content will probably have a good time with this. So yeah, I'd say give it a shot if it looks cool to you. I mean, if you're very disappointed, there is the Oculus Store refund policies. Within 2 hours, you're able to refund it, no questions asked. Anyway, thanks for watching Cavernites, and I'll see you next time.